Hey guys, today in this video we are going to solve few SQL problems. So I'm going to use MySQL, and this time we are going to use this book called SQL Practice Problems. There are 57 problems in this one written by this writer. It's a famous book, freely available, and these are few problems here. So we'll be starting from the very basics, whatever the problems are, and we'll go one by one. But this book and the database I'm going to use, this is called the North Wind. The North Wind database is for the SQL server, but I'm going to use MySQL Workbench here, MySQL, and I'll share the link of the GitHub repository so you can download the database. But this is mainly a SQL server database, so some files or some data might be missing. Because I'm using MySQL, let's see how far we can go. So I'll be using this North Wind, as I said, and if I run this, so this is the North Wind. Show tables. So these are the tables we have. In total 3, 6, 9, 11 tables. So we'll go one by one and we'll be following this sheet. Okay, so first question, we have this here. So first we have the question, then we have the answer, the output, and then we also have some hint. So we'll be only going with the questions. So the first one is, which shippers do we have? That means we are asked to look into this shipper field. So if I say select everything from shipper, if we run this, so we have this output, and that's exactly the output we have here. Now there might be some differences, but because it's a different database, we are using MySQL, but I hope you get the point. So let's do it. Problem 2, that is going to be category fields. So we are asked to look into the category fields. So I'll say select everything from category, and if I run this, we have all the 4 columns. Here it is said that we only want to see 2 columns, category name and description. So I can give the column name, category name, and description. If I run this, we have category name and the description. Okay, so this would be better. Now we have some more space here. All right, so the third problem is sales representative. We'd like to see just the first name, last name, and the hire date of all the employees with the titles of sales representative. Write a SQL statement for these. So we have the employee table. So if I say select everything from employees, and if I run this, so we have these details here of all the employees, but we are asked to see only few data. So here is the first name, last name, and the hire date. So now we have these 3 columns here, and the title is sales representative. So all the people who have the title of sales representative. So let's see if I run this. Okay, we do not have anything. Why is that? If I run all the data, so we have address, we have the title here, and in the title we have the sales representative. And if I run this, so we have all the data where these are the sales representative. So we got first name, last name, and the sales representative. Now this is the answer, 6 rows. We also got these 6 row, I got 5 rows. So the data might mismatch, we cannot do anything about it. Okay, but we got the answer. How about doing it a little differently? If I just say like here, and if I say REP, this should also work, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm giving a condition where I'm saying title has this REP, rep, these 3 characters, this rep word or phrase in the title. Anywhere we find the rep in the title, so we are getting all those data. Great. So we got that. Let's move ahead. Okay, so this was the field name and filter text, fine. And now we are looking for the sales representative in the United States. So now we'd like to see some columns as above, but only for those employees that are both have title of sales representative and also are in the United States. So here we also have this, and here I'm going to change this to old one, this sales representative. Okay, what happened? Yeah, we got it. Now we have to give another condition also, so we can say and the country, I think the column was country, so let's check the column. So we have the country here. Now if I say country is USA, and if we run this, we get only 2 employees. So we have first name, last name, hire date, where the title is sales representative and the country is USA. So here we have the 3, almost same. Now next, order placed via a specific employee ID. Here they're saying these show all the orders placed by a specific employee. The employee ID for this employee is Stephen Buchman, and it is ID is 5. So which table we have to look into? Select everything from sales order. So here we have order ID, customer ID, and the employee ID. So in this employee ID, we only want employee number 5. Okay, so all the data where the employee ID is 5, and if I run this, we have all the data where the employee ID is 5. Okay, so we have too many columns here, but that's fine. This was the requirement. So okay, they are order ID and order date, only two columns. So let's do one thing. We get order ID and order date. Fine. These are the employees. These are the all the orders from the employee ID 5. Okay, it says 42 rows, almost same. Yeah. So the employee ID is an integer field and not a string field. So the value 5 does not need to be surrounded by single quotes. Okay, we have done this. Let's move to the next one. Problem number 6, suppliers and the contact titles. In the suppliers table, show the supplier ID, contact name and the contact title for those supplier whose contact title is not marketing manager. So if I say select everything from supplier, so we got this data, all these columns from the supplier table. Here we are looking for supplier ID, contact name and contact title. So supplier name is this company name, right? Company name. Supplier ID also. So we want to have supplier ID, contact name, company name, and then contact title, this one. Title from supplier, and then we have a condition where it says the title is not marketing manager, where title is not so for not I think we use this marketing manager, and if I run this it is not correct. Okay, contact title. Okay, so we get sub company name, supplier, and then we also got the contact title. If I see this one, so we have the supplier name and contact name. I think this is different. So if I say select from supplier, so we have contact name. Okay, contact name. Okay, we got that. So we have 29 here, 29 here, 24 rows. It looks like it is correct. So we got the contact supplier ID, contact name and the contact title. Great. So it looks like we are doing fine. How to do not? You can search online. I think, yeah, not was this. Not operator. Product with the QSO in the product name. So that means we have to look into the product table. From PRODUCT product. Okay, so we have product name here, and the question is that in the products table we'd like to see the product ID and the product name for those products where the product name includes the string QSO. Fine, I think we did it. Like product name, sorry, not like, where like, and we'll say percentage sign this QSO and this, and if I press, we get no product. Okay, there in this database they had 2 product, but we got nothing. Let's so in the Q1 we do not have this product. What I can do is I can check for something else. So we'll say this OFBNT. Okay, we got nothing. Why is that? OFBNT. Why is that? What's wrong? So is it like HHYPT? Okay, what is wrong? I need to give in the code. No? Okay, so I'm missing something here. What we can do is, so where the product name, we have to look into this queue. So if I pick anyone else, let's say this HMLNI, HMLNI, there's something I'm missing, and that is so I'll do one thing, where product name is equal to product HHYPD. Okay, now even this is not giving me any. Why is that? Here we did this something like this one. This is the reason. No. So like okay, there must be something wrong. Should we look into the hint of something like this? So in the earlier problem, we are looking for the exact match where our filter matches the value in the field count exactly. Here we are looking for the rows where the product name field has the value this somewhere in it. So we are using like with a wildcard like. Okay, we got it. So if I say ypt, then we are not getting it. ydp, oh sorry, ydp. Okay, now we got it. So let's change it to QSO. So we have no product with QSO. Q. Okay, we got these product with Q, and if I pick this one QHFFP, so we got this product. Okay, so what we are using it, we are saying like, this is a wildcard we are using. We are looking for this phrase in the product name. Wherever this phrase is, anywhere in the product name, please give us those details. This is what it is doing. Great. Now this took a little bit of time. Order shipping to France and Belgium. So looking at the orders table, there is a field called ship country. Write a query that shows the order ID, customer ID, ship country for the orders where the ship country is either France or Belgium. So the product is orders. So if I say select everything from orders, order, we do not have order predict, order detail, so in the order ID we have, there is a field called ship country. So we do not have the orders table now. So yeah, in this sales order table we have the ship country, this one. Okay, so what we are looking for the data where the ship country is either France or Belgium, and we are looking for these details: order ID, customer ID, ship country. So we are looking for where ship country is France or ship country is what? Belgium. And if we run this, we get data from France, Belgium, this. Although we are not looking for all the columns here, we are looking for few: order ID, customer ID, ship country. Order ID, customer ID, and ship country. Okay, so we got this. Yeah, and there are multiple rows, 96 rows here. This looks like here. here we got the 96 rows. Great. So in the where clause use and or. Fine, we did it. Next is, this is a big one. Order shipping to any country in Latin America. Now instead of just wanting to return all the orders from France or Belgium, we want to show all the orders from any Latin American country, but we do not have a list of Latin American countries in a table in the database. So we are going to just use this list of Latin American countries that happen to the orders table: Brazil, Mexico, Argentina and Venezuela. It doesn't make sense to use multiple or statement anymore. It would get too convoluted. Use the in statement. So here let's copy this query and in the where we are using in, so we'll say Brazil, then we'll say Mexico, Argentina, and then Venezuela. Okay, now if I run this, there's some mistake in this. Sorry, this is the SQL, not Python. Okay, so this is the data, 173 rows. Okay, so we got this 173 rows. Here is an example of previous question. So we got this. Okay, so the next one, question number 10. If we have come very far, 10 employees. For all the employees in the employees table, show the first name, last name, title, birth date. Order the result by birth date. So we have the oldest employees first. So now we are moving towards the sorting. Employee. So we want to order by birth date. So we got this man here, 1947. Okay, here is 1955, something like that, but that's fine. Name might be different, so that's okay. And we wanted to have few things also only. So first name, last name, title and birth date. This is the data we have. Great. Order by clause. Showing only the date with a date time field. In the output of the query above, showing the employees in order of birth date, we see the time of the birth date field, which we do not want to show only the date portion of the birth date. Okay, so in this one birth, we only want to see the birth date here. And if I say birth date, maybe I can get the data. Fine. So you see, what I'm using is date function, and inside this we are providing this birth date column name. So now we only have the birth date. Okay, I can also say this as birth year. So the column name is now birth year. This is how we give a new column name, as and the name of the column. Okay, so yeah, this is how it is. So we got a date column. So now the question is employee's full name. So we have to create a new column that is combined of first name and the last name. So we'll create a full name. Okay. So from the employee, we can say first and the last name. Here we are going to use concat, and we are going to say first name, a little of a space, and the last name. Okay, we got it. Yes, we have all the name with a space. Great. Concatenation. Order details amount per line item. In the order details table, we have the field unit price and the quantity. Create a new field total price that multiplies these two together. We will ignore the discount field for now. In addition, from the table called sales order, we want to have the unit price and quantity multiplied. Okay, we do not have the unit price and quantity. Maybe order detail. Yes, we have unit price and quantity here. So create a new field total price that multiplies these together. Okay, so we have these columns: order ID, product ID, unit price, quantity, and order by order ID and product ID. So we want to do one thing here. We want to create a new column. So how do we do it? We'll say unit price multiplied by quantity, and we call this total price. Total price, and we have to order by order ID and product ID. And here also let's get the column order ID, product ID, unit price and quantity. Let's see. Okay, this is not correct. Quantity. I think there was something wrong. So we got order ID, product ID, unit price, quantity, unit price multiplied by quantity, unknown column quantity in the field list. This is the quantity. So why it is unknown? Why it is unknown? If I'm removing this and running, still and quantity is unknown. Okay, sorry. QUAN. So we got total price and these details, and multiplying unit price by the quantity, so we are getting the total price. This is the data. So we have all the rows. Good. Let's move to the how many customers, question number 14. How many customers do we have in the customers table? Show one value only. Don't rely on getting the record count at the end of the result set. Okay, do you understand what is the meaning of this line? So I'll show you. So it is saying that we have all the orders from the customer table, this. So here it is giving us the total row. So it is saying that do not rely on getting the record count at the end of the result set. So don't really bother about this one output. Give me the actual count. So count it. And we got 91. I can change the column name by saying total customers. Okay, here I can also say something like this, and I can also say customer ID, right? We got this, and this is the hint, but we have got it. So let's move to the 15. When was the first order? Show the date of the first order ever made in the orders table. So I think we have to go back to 15th question. So we say select order detail. Okay, but we do not have a date in here. So I think sales order table. We have the order date here. So we want the first ever, the oldest one. So we want to have the show the date of the first order ever made in the orders table. If I say minimum value of order date, and if I run this, yes, we got this minimum. This is the first order. Let's call this first order. What if I want a last one, recent one? Recent order. Okay, we got it. So we got this first one. Here data is different, we have a data different, and this is the recent order. But notice one thing, we only have the first date. Here they are asking for only first order date. Okay, order date. They are not asking for the complete all the values. So what if you want to have all the values? This is a little tricky. I mean, not exactly very tricky, but I'll remove this just to show you. I'm going to remove this recent one, and I'll copy this, cut it, and I'll say select everything from sales order where order date is equal to this. And now if I run this, I get it. I got all the details. So this is called a subquery. We'll look into this later on, just to give you a glimpse. Alright, so if you have reached till this point, this means you are seriously learning. And if you have seen that famous TV show, Succession, you are a serious people. We are a serious people. We are the serious people. Countries where they are customers. So a list of countries where North Wind Company has customers. Fine. I'm going to say select everything from customer, and then we are looking for the country. So we look for only country, but we have the duplicate country, so we will say distinct, and now we have all these country. So distinct is the unique value preposition. If we want a column to only have the unique values, we say distinct. We use this keyword distinct before the column name. That would give us only the unique values, no duplicacy. Wonderful. 16th done. Okay, it says you would like to add a group by clause for this one, but why would I use group by? I don't know. Let's move to next one. Contact titles for customer. Show a list of all the different values in the customer table for contact titles. Also include a count for each contact title. This is similar in concept to the previous question. Countries where they are customers. But except now we want a count for each contact title. This is the contact title, okay? So a list of different values in the customer table for the. Okay, so they want a count for each contact title. Great. So first we want contact title, and then they want to count the values. Now we have to use group by, and then the group by clause will have this contact title. We got this. Let's give it a name. Total. Okay, so we got this. Owner 17, sales representative 17, marketing manager 12. Fine, this is correct. So now what is this happening here? So what is the query? Query is that I want to find out total number of sales representative, owners, and order admin, marketing manager. These people, these terms are in the contact title. So the data is like we have multiple people in the sales, in the admin, in the account. So we want to count all those people who are sales representative. So we are saying here select title and then count the value, and then we are grouping by this title, and that's why we're getting all the number. Another way to look into this, whenever we use aggregate function with a non-aggregate value column, so here we are aggregating this one all, but we also have a simple column where we are not using any aggregating function, then we have to put that column in the group by. Okay, so that's how we have this data. I hope you get it. So whenever we are using aggregation here in the select, and if there's any other column where we are not using aggregation or any mathematical formula, then that column has to be in the group by also. Wow, so we have reached very far. Okay, this says the answer for this problem builds on multiple concepts introduced in the previous problem: grouping, aggregating, and alias. So we did all these three. Okay, grouping, aggregation, alias as. So next is 18. Very good. Okay, so products with the associate supplier's name. We'd like to show for each product the associate suppliers. Show the product ID, product name, and the company name of the supplier. Sort by product ID. This question will introduce what may be a new concept, the join clause. So here is the diagram. Suppliers. In supplier we have supplier ID, and in the products we have the supplier ID. So that is our key with primary key. It is unique here, and this supplier ID in the suppliers table is also available in the products table. So it becomes the, so here it is a primary key and here it is a key. Okay, so fine. We'll see both the tables first. Select everything from supplier, select everything from product, so in the supplier we have supplier ID, and in the product we have supplier ID. Great. Now the question is, we'd like to show for each product the associated supplier ID, name, company name of the supplier, and sort by the product ID. Fine, let's go one by one. So we want to select everything, let's say from supplier, and I'm going to call this supplier SUP. Then we are going to say join this with another table, product. Let's call this pro. We are going to use on here, so from supplier, that means sub, we want supplier ID, and from the pro we want supplier ID, right? Because the supplier ID is in both the table. So we got it. Now here we are saying, if I run this, we get all the data, but we do not want that. We want the product ID, product name, and the company name of the supplier. So product ID is in pro.product ID, and product name, let's look into this. Then from the supplier we want the company name, this. So from supplier we need the company name, and then we have to sort this whole thing by product ID. So if I run this, we get it 1 2 3 4 5 product name and the company name. I hope this is clear. There's nothing very difficult about it. So we got this, right? We have this 77 rows. Great. This is the table they have given us. This is not a hint, this is the complete answer. So the 19th problem is orders and the shipper that was used. So we'd like to show a list of orders that were made including the shipper that was used, order ID, order date, company name, shipper, sort by this. In order to not show all the records, there are more than 800, show only those rows with an order ID of less than this. Perfect. So we have already done the join. Let's do it. 19th problem. Okay, so select everything from the order detail, from again we have to use sales order, and that's the problem with our database because it is MySQL, so we have a little different naming conventions in these fields are different a little bit, no problem. So we have the order ID, order date, order ID, order date, shipping date, shipper ID is this 3. Okay, and now if I say select everything from shipper, so we have the shipper ID here. So we want to see all these details. Let's write select everything from sales order. Let's call this table T1. We'll join it. Then shipper, let's call this T2. On T1 we have the shipper ID. On T2 we have the shipper ID. Correct? Now we want only these details, order ID. So from T1 I can get the order ID, order date, now if you are wondering why I'm doing this T1 dot order ID, because this order ID column is only in this table T1, so that's why I'm saying only look into the T1 table, not into the T2 table. Good. Although the column is unique to this table only, so we can also do without it, but this is how we do it in the real world. So T1 dot, the order ID is in T1, so T1 dot order ID, T1 dot order date, and then we are looking for the company name. So we say T2 dot company name. Now if I run this, we get it. Okay, and sort by the order ID. So let's sort by the order ID. Now here there are multiple rows, so we only want the order ID less than this number. So what we can do is we can say where T1 order ID is less than, and if I run this, there's nothing. Okay, this is T1 dot, so we get all the order, which is something like this, 52 rows. Okay, 52 rows. Great. So what we are doing is we are taking sales order, calling it T1 shipper table T2, we are joining it on the ID, shipper ID. Shipper ID is the primary key in the shipper table, and then shipper ID is also available in the sales order table, and then we are getting these column names. Here we are putting a condition and then order by, and that's how we get the data. So first, this is the hint. I think we got it, so there's no point of, you can read it if you want. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is the hint. one thing to note for this problem is that when we join two tables, the field that join does not necessarily need to have the same name. Usually they do. However, in this case, the ship we have field in orders is joined in shippers ID in shippers. Okay. So yeah, in this one is a little different, but we had the shipper ID. Okay. So we have completed the introductory problems. Great. Any feedback, you can leave it here. And now this is the intermediate problem we'll do next. Alright, so we have solved all the 19 problems, and then now we'll go for the intermediate one. I'll close this script and share with you guys so you can have a look if you want. Let's move on to the next one.